welcome back to my channel and welcome to a week of family dinners. So I videoed myself making dinner every day this week from Monday to Sunday, and I hope that it gives you a bit of inspiration if you're stuck on what to make for dinner for your family. I hope this video helps you out a lot. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you like the video. My goal is 200 subscribers and I'm so close, so that would make my day. Now we'll go on to the video. Tonight we are having this old El Paso enchilada kit, so I will show you how I make it. I'm just gonna cut up a red onion, and now I'm cutting up a chicken breast. We don't eat a lot, so I'm just using one chicken breast. In the box you get tortillas and enchilada sauce. I'm going to heat up some olive oil. I'm going to fry my onions. Once they're fried a bit, I'm going to add the chicken breast cut into strips. Once the chicken is cooked, I'll just add half of the enchilada sauce. And then add in some cheese, about 1 cup. And when you add in the cheese, just turn off the heat. And now I'm just going to microwave the tortillas. And then add some of the chicken mixture into a tortilla. Oops. Roll it up. And put it into your baking dish. You want to cover it with the rest of the cooking sauce. And then cover it with about a cup of cheese. Okay Google, set my timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Okay Google, stop my timer. And this is what they look like now that I've taken them out of the oven. This is what my plate looks like. I just added some coriander on top and a carrot salad on the side with cucumber, red onion and coriander. Tonight for dinner is this Thai red curry fish, some green beans and also chips, but these are from the fish and chip shop. We cheated. I could have made them, but they're nicer from the fish and chip shop, so that's that. So with the green beans, I just washed them and dried them, and then the easiest thing to do is to just cut the ends off with the scissors like this. Save your time so much. Whilst the green beans are cooking, I'm just gonna put this fish into the microwave for 5 minutes. This is what the fish looks like when you take it out of the microwave, so I'm just going to cut this open and put it in my bowl. And this is what it looks like together. Tonight for dinner we're having a lamb curry. So I've just chopped up some lamb into small pieces. I've chopped up about 1/4 of a green pepper, some coriander chopped up, and some onion and garlic is in this bowl. So garlic and onion chopped up. You'll also need a tin of beans, any beans you want. You can get, this is the 4-bean mix, or sometimes we use borlotti beans, which are really nice. And also, you'll need some crushed ginger. You will need salt, garam masala, ground chili powder, some ground coriander, some curry powder. We use the Taj Mahal extra special curry powder. Oh, if you like it spicy, you can also add like a couple of fresh chilies, but I'm not doing that today because we don't have any and I don't really want it too hot. So that's what you'll need. Sorry, I also forgot to mention you'll also need ground cumin. Firstly, you want to heat up some oil. I'm using canola oil. You just want to fry your onions and garlic until they're soft. And about halfway through the cooking of the onions, just add a generous spoon of ginger. I love the taste of ginger, so I add quite a lot. For the salt, honestly, I don't really measure. I just add like a generous amount of each. So that's probably like, I don't know, 3 teaspoons of salt. Now for the curry powder. This is hot, so I'm not going to add, probably will add a lot. Okay, that was about, I don't know, 2 tablespoons. Now ground coriander. I just sprinkle. Add a lot. Masala. Ground chili powder. I just add a little bit of that. And then cumin. I add quite a lot of cumin. So now I've added all my spices. I just mix that all in with the onions and garlic. Get that all coated. If you need to add more oil, you can. At this point, you want to add your meat. So I'm adding my lamb. And I just braise the meat until it's brown. Once the meat is browned, I just add a little bit of water. Oh, I turn the heat down a bit as well. I forgot to do that. Put the heat to like, I don't know, medium, maybe low. Put it on low heat. Then add a bit of water to about halfway, and then give that a good mix. And now I'm going to add my beans. I've drained and rinsed these, but these take quite a while to cook and get soft, so I'm just going to add them right now and mix those in. Now that the beans are added in, it does look a bit dry, so I'm going to add a little bit more water, just to about halfway, like cover the meat halfway and mix around. And now I'm just going to leave that to simmer, so I'm going to put it at about medium-low heat, and I'll put the lid on and just kind of leave that. What I'll do is keep coming back to check on it. Once the water level goes down a bit, I'll just add a little bit more water, keep stirring it, but yeah, just leave it to simmer to get the beans and the meat nice and soft. In the meantime, I just put my rice on. It's just 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. I just put a little bit of turmeric in for colour and a tiny bit of salt. I'm now going to add, it's about 30 minutes to the end, so I'm going to add some green pepper, mix that in, because I like this to go really soft. Now the curry is almost finished. I've just got to add some fresh chopped coriander and stir that in, and then we are done. Ooh, my baby's choking in the background. This is the curry all dished up. I just put it on top of rice. Tonight for dinner, I'm gonna make this topside beef roast. I'm gonna do a pot roast, which I've never cooked this in the pot before, so I wanna see how it goes. So this has been defrosting all day, so it's room temperature. I'm just gonna rinse it now. I've just rinsed it, now I'm gonna pat it dry. I hate the look of meat like this. I'm now going to season it with a bit of salt and pepper. and a bit of vegetable stock powder. Once the meat is seasoned, I'm just going to put it into a big pot. I've just put the heat on high and I'm just going to sear it. I'm just going to sear it until it's brown all over. Once it's seared, I just added about a tablespoon of water and put the heat onto low. I'm now just going to leave it. I'm going to put the lid on, leave it on a low heat and come and check on it in about half an hour. It's been about 20 minutes and I just flipped it, but what I'm going to do is just keep flipping it and checking on it. I'll probably cook it for about 2 hours. On the side of our beef tonight, we're going to be having roast potatoes and roast carrots. I'm just peeling them now. What's he got? You got a carrot? I'm gonna get my baking tray, line it with some baking paper and put the potatoes and carrots on top. I'm then gonna drizzle olive oil and put some salt and pepper. I'm gonna add a bit of thyme as well. And then I'm gonna put the potatoes and carrots in the oven at 200 degrees for, I'll do it for 30 minutes and then I'll give it a mix and then about 20 more minutes. I put the potatoes and carrots in for half an hour. I turned them around after 15 minutes and now this is them after the full 45 minutes. I also made some green beans. I just boiled them and this is the pot roast. It looks a bit black but I don't know, I tasted it and it tastes fine. Oh, and I forgot to say, this was on for about maybe 2 hours. Yeah, about 2 hours. This is what it looks like all plated up. I was debating whether or not to even film tonight's dinner, but I'm going to show you anyway. So tonight we're going to be having fajitas. So I'm just frying up some peppers and red onion. And in the meantime, I've got my Mexican rice on, which we're going to have on the side. And I've already shown you how to make this. I'll link it at the top. It was in my evening routine, so I'll link that up there and the recipes towards the end of that video. I then got my chicken cut into strips and this has been marinating for a few hours. I'll show you what I used. I used one of these seasonings, but it was the fajita one. Sorry, I threw it out. I forgot I was going to be filming. So it's this one. It's just the fajita one from Aldi. I just covered the chicken in that and put some cling wrap on top. I'm going to add this chicken to the pot. I'm going to try and do this with one hand. And it's definitely a pan, not a pot. I'm just going to cook that up until the chicken's cooked. And then the way I put mine together is I heat up the tortilla and I get some salsa. This is just the Doritos one. I think this is what you dip your chips in. And then, and this is so funny because when my dad came here from England, he was dying at how big our lettuce is. So here's a big old lettuce leaf and I'm gonna put the whole thing like that, just like that, over the top of the tortilla. It's about the size of the tortilla. And then I'm gonna add my chicken and peppers. And then, of course, how could I forget some coriander? Okay, and then I roll it up. As you can see, I'm quite generous with my fillings. So I'm just gonna roll it like that. I'll just have one, and I'm gonna put some rice on the side. And this is what tonight's plate looks like. It's such a simple, easy recipe, and Mexican is my favourite. Tonight for dinner I'm trying a creamy tomato pasta. I've never made this before, so I don't know how it's going to turn out, but this is what I'm doing. So I'm just boiling up some bow tie pasta. I got this recipe from a TikTok video. Firstly, I'm adding some olive oil. I'm then going to add some onion. Now that the onions are pretty cooked, I'm going to add some minced garlic. I just use a jar because I'm lazy. And now I'm adding a tin of diced tomatoes. I'm then just going to add some sun-dried tomatoes. And some oregano. Mix that. And now I'm going to add about half a cup of cream. And now I'm going to add some parmesan. And now I'm just going to add my drained pasta. This is what it looks like dished up. I didn't add salt and pepper when I was cooking it because we gave some to the baby, so I've just added that on top afterwards. Tonight for dinner we're having a beef and black bean stir fry. I'm doing the easy route and going with a jar, so this is the jar I'm using, Canton. So firstly, I've got my beef. This is cubed beef and it actually comes in chunks when we buy it. So, because I want the chunks to be a bit smaller, I'm just going to get my scissors and cut them into smaller pieces. And I'm also using these vegetables. So there's some red cabbage, white cabbage, broccoli, peppers, mushrooms and beans. So they're going into the stir fry. Firstly, I'm gonna heat up my huge pan and add some canola oil. I'm then gonna add my beef chunks and cook them until they're brown. In the meantime, I've got my little pot of rice going. I've got 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water, and that's just going to absorb. Now that this meat is browned, I'm going to remove this from the heat and put it into a container. Now straight into the pan, I'm just going to add all these veggies. And I'm going to cook those until they're all soft. Now that the veggies are pretty soft, I'm going to add my meat back in. And then I'm going to add my jar of black bean sauce. And then literally that is it. This is what it looks like all dished up, and I just put it on top of the rice in my bowl. Thank you so much for watching my video. Remember to hit the like button if you liked the video, and also subscribe for more, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!